The system is broken. The system is corrupt. The system is rigged for the few and privileged and set against the poor majorities. These are words that plague political, economic, academic, and social spheres of life. If you doubt the salience of these words, just look into this year's presidential election, and you will see a great deal of focus towards inequality and the establishment, or what many call the system. These words are not uttered in vain. They echo a generational frustration that has grown tired of the ineffective government systems. These claims are by no means unwarranted. Today in the US, we have one of the most polarized political systems in history. As a result, elections have become incrementally important for each side. From 2008 on, we've started to hear politicians say, these are the most important elections in the history of America. But what they really mean is that if their party loses, they must endure the reign of the opposing party, along with the opposing policies, which they oppose now from a moral standpoint. This newfound moral opposition from one party to another has bred a special kind of incivility in politics. And while name-calling and insults are nothing new in this political sphere, it seems as though there is hate in politics these days. An example of this animosity can be observed when Obama attempted to pass Obamacare. It was blocked more than 10 times, and eventually Senator Ted Cruz conducted a government shutdown, which cost our government millions. However, if one were to look back at how our founding fathers set up our government, it becomes clear that they wrote the Constitution ambiguously for some clauses and established a system of checks and balances to keep all branches from assuming too much power. The implications of an ambiguous Constitution are clear. Politicians and government officials interpret the Constitution differently and argue that their interpretations are correct. Yet, thanks to this debate, politicians and government officials are able to reach a compromise in their interpretation and find a middle ground that can be set as a precedent for future decisions. As for the current cases of animosity I have mentioned, these instances reflect that both parties are in need for change. This election is important because it marks an epoch of transition because many groups in the US feel ignored. This is a result in part because of government efficiency, or inefficiency in this case, which has been halted by the system of checks and balances set up by our founding fathers. The reality is that whenever a Democratic president takes office, he will propose progressive decisions to solve the issues at hand. Some of these solutions might go against the ideals of the Republican Party. This system was made for there to be disagreement, and even the power to block legislation. But that is the nature of democracy. Democracy is the involvement of the people and the freedom for there to be multiple ideas. The freedom to draw upon different ideologies and construct a solution to an issue, then debate and vote on that solution. That is the reason our country is so great. So yes, I do believe our system is in need for reform, but I'm glad to live in a system where this can occur peacefully. Thank you.